Hello everyone, this is Live with Linda. Welcome to my channel. It's actually my first video, so I'm kind of excited about it. Tell me what you think in the comment section below, and do not forget to subscribe, okay? So back to the matter. Today I'm going to be talking about my 2018 top 5 most talked about brands in Nigeria. I'm talking about brands that got us shook. I think it's actually important that we note and study what these brands did to get the attention of Nigerians, because trust me, we're not that easy to please. The average Nigerian is smart. I mean street smart. So for a brand to be able to gather so much awareness, engagement, and even start trends, so much so that they could not even keep their names off our lips, trust me, I think it is worth mentioning. And hopefully, you get to learn a thing or two about how and why they were able to get so much attention in Nigeria. Okay, so let's start. Indomie released this new product called Relish, which had real chunks of fish and chicken. And with the help of their advertising agency Insight, they come up with this grand PR campaign which they tagged the complete one. It was like noodles, protein, together, complete. The complete ones. Now, to launch the product, they actually orchestrated online banter between Don Jazzy and Toke Makinwa. Both of them are celebrities, by the way, if you don't know them. And nobody suspected anything. Nobody knew it was arranged because it was so well done. Toke Makinwa tweeted about the complete one, and she asked everyone to join the conversation online. And given our experiences in the past with her ex-husband and everything that she made public, people actually believed that the tweet was for real. Then on the other hand, Don Jazzy pretended as if he just found out about everything and then tweeted that for him or his own complete one would be Indomie complete with protein. Immediately he tweeted that, Indomie responded to say, Don Jazzy, it would take us a shorter time to make a complete Indomie than for you to actually find a bae. And we all know the story of Don Jazzy. He's like this forever bachelor who is the spiritual lover of Rihanna. Don Jazzy pretended to take up the challenge, and he told Indomie, I am going to find a babe before Friday, and you have that same amount of time to come up with the complete one, noodles wise. So it was actually fun. And then Don Jazzy went on to initiate a banter with Toke Makinwa, very suggestive one, and they agreed to meet over dinner party. And after that, they were going to decide whether Don Jazzy was the complete one for Toke Makinwa or not. People fell for it, that they actually believed that Don Jazzy and Toke Makinwa were going on a date. And blogs ran the story, and that gave Indomie free publicity. And I think some of the reasons why it actually worked were because, number one, the campaign and the topics of discussion actually matched the personnel of the celebrities. Like, it was not out of place for Toke Makinwa to talk about finding the complete one. It was not out of place for Don Jazzy to say, you know what, how come noodles don't have fish or chicken? That's number one. Number two, it was well executed. I think they gave the celebrities the free hand to coin the messages the way they think it should be. And that actually worked because it ended up being natural and real. And then the third thing is the possible love affair between Don Jazzy and Toke Makinwa, two celebrities. People love such stories. But like I said, it was actually a fun campaign, and the fact that it brought about so much conversation online is one of the reasons why it made the number 5 spot of the most talked about brands in Nigeria. All right, so the number 4 most talked about brand in Nigeria 2018 is iPhone X. When Apple launched the product, I think they actually did a good job launching it in Nigeria. Or did they? I think people did it for them, actually. They did a fantastic job, no doubt, but the internet did the rest. Like, they blew the whole thing out of proportion, especially in Nigeria. And Nigerians are brand conscious people. Like, we like luxury. We are overly aspirational. So talk about big cars, we like them. big houses, private jets, you name it. That's our kind of thing. So a product that is outrageously expensive like iPhone X, trust me, it will always make a good conversation online, and we actually talked about it. Everyone knew that iPhone X launched in Nigeria. Even people that were not online, they knew. It was that crazy. In fact, there was a trending topic about a girl that was the first lady to own iPhone X in Nigeria. Davido, the popular artist, he bought iPhone X for the whole of his crew. I mean, everybody wanted an iPhone X, even me. And the people that got it bragged about it. The ones that couldn't get it talked about it, they joked about it, they dreamt about it, they everything about it. iPhone X was like a craze. And for a brand like Apple that does little or no advertising in Nigeria, trust me, they surprisingly have a whole lot of attention in this part of the country. And I think it's actually awesome. So yeah, everybody talked about iPhone X or made reference to it during its launch. So I think that's one of the reasons why they made number 4 spot on the most talked about brands in Nigeria. On the number 3 most talked about brands in Nigeria, we have CC. Well, she's a brand influencer. You can also call her a brand as well. And she's the first runner-up of the Big Brother Nigeria 2018 edition. When she was in the house, she was also the most talked about housemates. And it wasn't nice comments, so people were saying so much negative things about her because of her character. I remember then even celebrities weighed in on it. I remember Linda Ikeji, Kemi Adetiba, Tools, the radio personality, and even a former Big Brother Nigeria star, Uriel, who is also a friend right now. All of them made comments about Sisi and they were not nice at all. And that kind of like fueled the hatred offline. There was even a trending hashtag then called Sisi Bitters, alluding to her despicable character. It was as if the whole world hated this girl. In fact, people predicted that after the house, no brand was going to touch her, that nobody would do business with her. It was that crazy. But why is she on this list today? Fast forward to a few months after the Big Brother show, Sisi's brand did a 360 transformation from the most hated brand to the most loved brand. She's bagging endorsements after endorsements, and she has proven to actually also be like a very good brand influencer because her fans, who she fondly called Spartans, they love her. They will do anything for her. And I think some of the reasons why she was able to achieve that, first and foremost, when she came out of the house, she accepted that she had an issue. And she said she was going to work on it, she was going to fix it, she was going to see a therapist. And I think that kind of opened people's hearts towards forgiving her. So that was the first thing. The second thing was her style, her personal style. You know, the way she carried herself, the way she answered her questions and, you know, responded to the hate and backlash online. She did it with so much poise and class. And that is also another reason why she was able to turn a brand, you know, from most hated to most loved. Another reason might be because of the kind of people she associated herself with. When she came out of the house, she aligned herself with some certain kind of brands like the Davido, you know, Ubi Franklin and all of that. So she was able to strategically position herself as, you know, what she was saying in the house, I'm not on your level. You know, so her story is actually epic, and she's one of the people that made me actually believe that maybe it is true that there is no such thing as bad publicity. Maybe because she actually made a transformation that is worth talking about, and that's one of the reasons why she is our number 3 most talked about brand in Nigeria 2018. All right, so moving on to the number 2 most talked about brand in Nigeria. Guess. Sterling. Yes, Sterling Bank. I'm telling you, before now, right, everybody in Nigeria had forgotten about the one customer bank. Even if they had the best ad in the world, I'm telling you, it wouldn't have helped them, because what were they going to say? Will they be able to claim that they are the best in technology? No, GT Bank owns that. Heritage First Bank owns that. What were they going to say? Even if they claimed to be the most innovative, we still wouldn't have believed them because they had bigger competitors. They are bigger, they are better. So they needed something drastic, something crazy, something creative to be able to get attention. And that was exactly what Sterling Bank did. They put out a creative shading other banks with just their logos and their colors. And they posted it on Instablog Ninja. It took a couple of days though, but finally it caught on. People started understanding what the ad meant. So what they did was like they were insinuating that other banks are slow, right? That they're very, very slow in attending to customers. And it's actually believable because of maybe their size, bureaucracies, they have too many customers. So it's hard for them to attend to customers quickly. But with Sterling Bank, the one customer bank, you know, customers are attended to like the speed of light. So they actually said that they're able to take their customers to the moon. One reason why it worked was because the Sterling Bank logo actually looked like the moon. It was brilliant, it was bold, and the fact that the other banks shaded responded even made it more exciting. Like I was literally on the edge of my seat posting one response after the other because it was exciting, and it's fun to know that it's Sterling Bank that brought about all the excitement. Yes, the other banks had their fans and their supporters, but so does Sterling. In fact, Sterling actually got new supporters because they were able to come out with something crazy and fun and interesting. They changed the perspective of the bank with that singular creative. And I think that is epic. I mean, before now, if somebody had asked you to name 10 banks in Nigeria, you probably wouldn't have remembered Sterling Bank. But now, if they ask you to name 5, I'm sure Sterling Bank would come to mind. So I think that was actually an amazing creative, and that is what landed them on the number 2 spot of the most talked about brands in Nigeria 2018. We're moving on to number 1 now. The number 1 most talked about brand in Nigeria 2018. Woohoo! Drum rolls. Give it up for Nike. Yeah, I hope you're not surprised, because Nike took Nigeria by storm twice in 2018. The first time was when they designed the Nigerian Super Eagles 2018 World Cup jersey. That was an instant hit. Before the release date, which was, I think it was June 1st, Nike already got about 3 million pre-orders for the jersey. And within minutes after it was released, it sold out. All over the world, they were talking about this jersey, and even in Nigeria. I'm telling you, that jersey took Nike to the streets. People in Ajegunle knew that there was a new design by Nike for the Nigerian Super Eagles, and everybody was talking about it, taking pictures. And I think some of the reasons why the jersey was talked about so much was because it was actually the most fashionable football kit at the World Cup in 2018. Another reason is it made us proud. We were proud of our country, proud of our retro designs. So kudos to Nike for that. That's one of the reasons why they made number 1 spot. The second time they took Nigeria by storm, in fact, they took the whole world by storm, was when they dropped their 30th anniversary campaign featuring Colin Kaepernick, a former NFL player. So the gist is that the NFL player was against racism and police brutality in the US, and he started protesting, a peaceful protest, by kneeling down anytime the national anthem is played before any game. Spectators, businesses, and even political leaders, they responded by boycotting the NFL, right? And before you knew it, the ratings of the league just went down. And that was when Nike decided to do this campaign with Colin. It was crazy. Everybody predicted that the same fate that hit NFL was also going to hit Nike. But guess what? Nike stock recorded an all-time high in mid-September 2018, just a few weeks after the campaign. And I really love the copy on the ad. It was, "Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything." That copy hit home because it was actually what Colin did. Colin lost everything. He lost his place at the NFL because of his peaceful protest. And at the time, it was also looking as if that was what Nike was doing as well. Because, they were taking sides with Colin. It was as if they were also trying to sacrifice everything. But guess what? I think Nike's own was not like that. So Nike actually took a calculated risk, because I'm sure they must have done their homework very well. They must have known that their customers are young. liberal-minded, and would most definitely support a fight against racism. They were right, because at the end of the day, they got more sales, right? They also grew affinity amongst their target market, and at the same time, they were able to cement their values to show the world that they stand for what they believe in. I think that was an epic and impressive campaign, one of the best and the most talked about in 2018 all over the world and even in Nigeria. So yeah, I think Nike deserved to be on the #1 spot. And with that, we've come to the end of today's session. Hopefully, next year, a Nigerian brand will be the most talked about in Nigeria. Please, Nigerian brands, we are rooting for you. Please try, especially the new ones coming up now. Too many entrepreneurs in Nigeria, and they're doing pretty well. And we are optimistic that by next year, we'll have a Nigeria brand that will make us so proud that it will take not only Nigeria by storm, but also the entire world. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. My name is Linda. Do not forget to tell me what you think in the comment section below. And also remember to subscribe to my channel. And if you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram as well at LivewithLynda. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Bye.